What is up YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Arachnid Set from Spec Ops 27. This is a pretty solid set, and it's one that you'll definitely want to check out. That's really all the setup we need, so let's go ahead and jump right into the action. Well, before we do that, this video was brought to you by Agent Seraph One, so let's hear a big round of applause for him. First, this team up should look familiar as it's been shown quite a few times, including in the last Poor Man's PvP episode. And I apologize, I think I have some sort of allergy or something. But moving on. The difference with this team up this time is we're using the full Arachnid Set. So we'll go over each piece and see exactly what they do. First, the Vigilante Mask. It is a quick action, and for each set piece, it reduces damage from counters and follow-up attacks. It also gives you Spider Accuracy Essence. This increases accuracy. Next we have Reversal, so chance to avoid single target attacks and then counter. And finally, after using, our agent will gain Spider Bite. Arachnid set pieces gain guaranteed crit, guaranteed hit, and increased damage. So because it's a quick action and because of Spider Bite, this piece ranks very highly for me. We'll get into that more though later in this video. Next we have the Superior Combat Sensor. It's a free action with another set piece. It gives Spider Attack Essence, so increases attack. Then it's going to cause target focus and pinpoint target. So that goes great with Hawkeye and Kate. Finally, it's going to cause your next single target attack to gain Fatal Blow. So yes, that means we have a free action and a quick action in this set. This piece though, although it's awesome, especially with this team, does have a few downsides. You will definitely see that in this video. Then for the third set item, it's our favorite of the group, the Relentless Rapier. This weapon is phenomenal. You really would be hard pressed to ask for more. First, it has Adamantium, so attacks ignore the defense stat. It has Brutal Strike, so damage cannot be prevented by resurrection effects. It has a 60% chance to perform a follow-up attack, and they don't just mean on your attack. With another set piece, it gains Stealthy and grants an additional stack of Spider Essence. Then it deals additional damage to spider foes and causes Cornered. This weapon is honestly something that I would say you should not miss. And lastly, the Bioelectric Pistol. It gives Spider Evade Essence, so increases evasion. Then with another set piece, it applies Skirmisher. This increases damage dealt by counterattacks and follow-up attacks. It also causes Envenomed, Incapacitation, and Hobbled. So once again, Skirmisher is really going to go great with this team and the next one that we have planned. But there are a lot of different team-ups and heroes that can really benefit from this set. This video is barely going to scratch the surface. But finally beginning our attack, we're going to use our free action on the enemy agent. Now, right away you're going to see some downsides of this weapon. First of all, it's not subtle. So it's going to proc all sorts of things like counterattacks, and even a big and fast proc on the enemy agent. So yeah, it's not subtle or stealthy. So that could be quite a problem. Next we're going to use our quick action Vigilante Mask, and with that we gain Spider Bite. You can also see our Spider Essences, so our stats are very boosted. Then to give our team Skirmisher, I'm going to use the Bioelectric Pistol first. This also causes a counter, however we dodge it, and the enemy agent stunned on his turn. So now, especially with pinpoint target, we're going to begin our assault on the enemy agent. First we'll use Kate's level 1, and right away we get a Relentless Rapier follow-up. Then of course Hawkeye is going to get his attack as well. Since the enemy agent had pinpoint target, we get one rapid fire proc, and Kate also gets an additional turn. That improved sure shot took him very close to death, but our agent once again joins in. Kate gets another turn, so we'll fire on Star-Lord. So far this is pretty epic. Our agent joins in, and Hawkeye as well. So yeah, here you're seeing how this team can work incredibly well. And with more rapid fire procs from Hawkeye, it could actually be even worse for the enemies. Now we're hoping to get a follow-up here because otherwise we're going to give Star-Lord an extra turn. We know Kate's going to join in because that's how they work. But even though we fall short, a boomerang arrow apparently took down Star-Lord. So now it's 3-on-1 and we should be able to take Quicksilver down fairly easily. On our agent's turn, we're going to use the superior combat sensor, but watch this. It's going to trigger his neurotrope counter and his quickness counter. So it was kind of a mistake to use that. That does, however, show the severe weakness that this item has. And so that's why typically if I'm going to use the Relentless Rapier and one other item, it's going to be the Vigilante Mask. Spider Bite is incredible anyways. And another reason why the Rapier is so good is because it does gain Stealthy. You can hit whoever you want with it regardless of protectors, and you don't have to worry about a counter. Now with Kate's turn, we're going to use the Putty Arrow, and that could immobilize Quicksilver, but we're hoping it doesn't make it to that point. And thanks to the Relentless Rapier, it won't. So that's our first team up, and the Arachnid Set, especially the Rapier of course, does prove its worth. Next we're going to use our old school Relentless Assault team, and if everything goes perfectly for this team, we're going to see a lot of follow-up attacks. Unfortunately, the enemies do have the Mystic, so that's something we'll have to watch for. What we'll do to begin our turn is use the Vigilante Mask, then the Bioelectric Pistol to give us Skirmisher. Following that, we'll use our level 1, hopefully on the enemy agent. Hawkeye's at least a blaster, so we should take advantage of the Bruiser's safeguard suit. Well, in this case, Null steps up, so he takes the hit, and he unfortunately gets an extra turn. With that, he's going to use Fatal Fist on my agent. We dodge it thanks to the Arachnid Set, and we get a counter. This counter does major damage and drops Null. We really couldn't ask for much more. Meteor Swarm had me very worried. Also, none of Union Jack's unarmed attacks will hit this agent, so we have to go with our level 1. Fortunately, because of the enemy infiltrator, we still get a follow-up attack. On my agent's next turn with Mystic Shroud gone, we're going to use Superior Combat Sensor on the enemy agent. Next we'll use the Vigilante Mask, and then a stealthy attack from the Rapier. Really, looking back, I should have used the combat sensor on Spiral. But hey, the important thing is the enemy agent's done. Currently, she does have Mirror Reality. So after using Pinpoint Target and firing our level 1, we're only healing her right now. And boy are we healing her. Not that it mattered, but still it's kind of funny to see what would have happened if she didn't have Mirror Reality. This time though, with Union Jack, since the protector's out of the way, we use our V for Victory as a quick action, then over the top, which will get a follow-up attack. And with my agent's next turn, he's easily going to finish her off. After using the combat sensor on Spiral, because of flanked, we're going to get a follow-up attack. So we find out something very valuable about that weapon. Yes, it has its downsides, but with flanked, you can get a big brawl follow-up from a free action. That's pretty impressive. Now for our final match, we're using, by request, the Age of Ultron Thor and Age of Ultron Black Widow. So Thor is a blaster and he gives us Mighty Shroud, and Black Widow causes all of our single target attacks to gain Stealthy. For this final match, on my agent we're also only using 2 pieces of the Arachnid Set, the Vigilante Mask and the Relentless Rapier. So I'm kind of showing you that you can use the Synthetic Cube, the Weather Control Device, the Mystic, the Legion Pulse Rifle, whatever you want, in combination with those 2 items, for example, and you'll still get amazing results. In this setup we're using the Legion Pulse Rifle and the Cube. Since we have Thor's Mighty Shroud that's going to prevent debuffs for the first round, so we don't really need the Mystic. Then our attacks are going to be stealthy, so to be honest, you could use the superior combat sensor. I feel most comfortable though using the Vigilante Mask with the Rapier. Well, with our first turn, it looks like Thor is going to make quick work of Iron Fist, who otherwise could be a big nuisance. Then the enemy Null attacks Black Widow, who in turn hits him with a flying kick counter. On her normal turn, we'll use her level 9 Widowmaker, then another flying kick. This time, Null is completely knocked out. And yes, this team is usually this sick. They can lose, but usually only if they get taken out first, before they get a chance to strike. Since the enemy's using a blaster agent, we're going to attack twice with the Rapier, and by the end of this, there won't be anyone left standing. So that's going to be it for our look at the Arachnid Set, which, if you don't have, you should definitely try to get it, especially the Rapier, and you should at least have the Vigilante Mask from the task list. So if you have those 2 items, you're doing pretty good for yourself. Lastly, I want to thank you all for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck and take care.